Hello everyone, today we are going to redo Shinobi 2, The Revenge of Shinobi. This game came out the same year that the Sega Genesis came out, which is 1989. Here's a little bit of background to this game before we start. In the year 19XX, the evil Crown Syndicate Z was reduced to rubble by the powers of stealth possessed by the Shinobi Master, Joe Musashi. It seemed as if the world had returned to peace, but 3 years later, the world was once again swallowed in darkness. Z had returned. With an incredible increase in power, much greater than before, Neo Z became the strongest crime organization ever to exist. After establishing their mighty crime empire, Neo Z turned their efforts towards destroying the threat posed by those who possessed the powers of stealth. All of the followers of the power of stealth were attacked and their chief was killed. The chief, with his dying breath, told Musashi that Naoko, his bride-to-be, had been taken hostage by the Neo Z, so to get revenge for his comrades and bring back all that stuff, we have to take care of them, basically. I love how that last paragraph didn't give me enough time to read it completely. Anyway, before we start, there's a few things we want to do. Options. That. Type 3. And now we wait. And also hardest. And now we wait. Only thing we were waiting for is for this thing can give us infinite shurikens because, yeah, it's the easiest way to get infinite shurikens in the Shinobi series. I don't think the first game you had to worry about it. Now, hardest difficulty. As you can see, we start with 0 lives and we have a reduced health bar. There's no real difference in terms of the gameplay aspects, except for those little changes. Not only that, but as you can see, I start with 0 lives, which means I cannot lose a life at all until I gain an extra life. So until we get an extra life, we are stuck with being able to not die. With that being said, there's a heart up here that you can try to get, but it's dang near out of reach. We are now in the second stage of round 1. There are 8 rounds and I don't know how many levels. I don't know how many levels though. There's 3 levels per round, so there's 24 levels. There's an extra life right here. Grab it so we don't have to worry about losing a life. Stand right here, do not let this hit you. I think it can smush you to death, I'm not sure. I love how I accidentally hit that. Anyway. To open that for the way back, we have to go backwards after opening and doing that. Now you see those 4 icons on the top right? Those will be essential to beating this. I love how I just walked into that. You're supposed to duck. I love how I just walked into it like it was nothing to it. Alright, continue on. Do not take any unnecessary damage. And we are nearing the end of this level. One thing that sucks is right here, this thing can be a little bit finicky with their timing, but thankfully they gave us a decent timing there. And now we are done, and now we face the first boss. Now, to beat this first boss, normally what you do is literally you have to have him lower his sword, then attack him in the face, but since we have infinite shurikens, I can just do this. He throws 8 shurikens every time he does this move, so instead of wasting my time and doing it the right way in terms of that, just do that. After a certain amount of points, You get an extra life, 500,000. And over time, our life bar will fill up after we get over 100,000 points. So right now, we're halfway through getting some more health. Stage 2, you're gonna see some new enemies that are in the air. I love how I almost died there. You don't know that they're in the air until you actually go out there and try to get them. Which means, yes, it's kind of hard to figure out where you're supposed to go and not go. But you can't see what's above you, or I'm gonna say below you when you're above. There's no way to look down. Well, I don't think you're gonna make it either. I'm holding up so I can't see up above me. Okay, now whatever you do not break that crate unless you want a bomb to explode and cause you to possibly die. So just let that thing stay unopened. But yeah, this game will give you some crates where there's bombs, and the bombs will cause you to die in spots where you're literally gonna be above a bottomless pit. Now here, all we have to do is just jump on some logs. There is an extra life right there, but I don't know how you're supposed to get it while you're trying to do this. Anyway, in this level, what I like to do is just stay on the top row. I like to stay up here because it's a lot safer and I don't know anything about down there. I know nothing about what's down there. But I always do it this way. Most of the enemies that you see are only need to be hit once. But there will be new variations of enemies where you gotta hit them more than once when we get further in the game. But until then, we're gonna enjoy the fact that we only have to hit most of these enemies once just to be able to beat them. I should have got hit there, but I got lucky where it actually counted me as using the shield. He only does this if you have the power activated, but if he doesn't have it activated, he doesn't do this. We're gonna use our first ninjutsu, which is this electric thing that is called Jutsu Ikazuchi. I think that's it. And what it does is give us 4 free hits of invincibility. It just basically makes it so I don't accidentally take too many hits. I want to use it so I can literally just make this boss obsolete. And now the easiest way to face him now, since he's now no longer splashing, just continuously attack him. And that's it. And we got over 100,000 points, and as you just saw, our life bar increased. And now we're in round 3. Round 3, you're going to see a lot of enemies that are familiar in the 80s in terms of the movies that came out in the 80s and whatnot. You see, certain enemies are based off of the movie characters and certain other pop culture references. They had to change a few things because of the fact that there were some enemies that were based off of things that were copyrighted. I love how they got this ninjutsu thing just sitting here like it ain't nothing to it. I'm like it's not a good thing to have. Go in the background so we can get this heart, this pal. And now we're done. Now this level, you can farm lives in it. How you farm lives? Well, you have to get to a certain point. It's not that far in. To farm lives in this level, all you have to do is not get hit first. That's a life right here, and it gives you 2 lives right there. I'm gonna farm some lives right quick, so be right back. Alright, I'm done farming lives. I think I only need 7 lives to be able to beat this game. The only issue is there's an enemy that's gonna make it so I can't end this level with POW. I think I defeated him, I'm not sure. Can't see him. I think I actually hit him off screen. Now, you want to jump over these things because if you don't, well, you're gonna get hit. That's not a good idea to get hit. we're basically done with this level. All we have to do is just expose this heart, because this heart was actually hidden. And we're basically done with the stage. All we have to do now is basically just run to the end. Now, the reason why I wanted to keep PAL is there's an exploit we can do against this boss. First, we want to use the ninjutsu that causes us to be able to take 4 hits. And since we have PAL, we're shielded as well. As long as we have this, we can attack this thing and just walk into it and basically defeat him without actually taking a single hit. Easiest way to take care of him. And we gain another life. Alright, here's a hidden ninjutsu, and we grab it. Continue on. A lot of things I've found out recently too. We don't have to duck really for any enemies. All the enemies are mostly enemies that are in standing distance. Gotta continuously attack them and go and go. Wait. Not let anything hit you so you can keep this PAL. We're very close to the end. And there's another ninjutsu right there. Oh, it's this level. Oh, it's the factory. Alright, this level can be made very easy if you use this. Use this, it makes you jump a lot higher than you would normally. There's a hidden life down there right below this conveyor belt, but I don't care to get it because it's always in a spot where you're basically gonna gotta die just to get it. Now I'm gonna basically make this level done real fast. As you can see, we're already done with it. Yeah, the level is not as short if you just do it that way. Now this boss, as you can see, he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger from the Terminator franchise, but as you can see, he's slowly turning green. And he resembles Hulk because of the fact that he's turning green. And then after he explodes, he becomes a Terminator and explodes. As you can see, there's a lot of 80s movie references in this game. We're now in round 5. This level can be made easy as well. All we have to do is use this. And just hug the right side. Of course, enemies want to make it difficult by making me get hit. All you have to do is just continuously jump. Because most of the platforms are on the right side now. And since we had a higher than normal jump, we can just continue on. And we're basically done with this stage. All you have to do is just walk right, and then we're done. Now this stage, we have to keep going into the background and in the foreground. As you can see, the cars are passing, and the only way you can avoid them is if you do that double jump I've been doing the whole game. If you want to get hit, if you have to take a hit, get hit by the girls. Don't get hit by the car that appears occasionally. But the car will do more damage than the actual women. Wait. Let them go left. And I'll spring them. Now wait for the cars to appear. There's a hidden heart right there that I didn't know about until literally recently. That hurts a lot. See why I said if you want to take a hit, get hit by the girls. They don't hurt you as much as that car does. And now we lost another life. And we lose another life because of that car. I love how everything else freezes in the background, but not the girls as they jump back and forth. Me jumping there saved me from taking any damage. It's weird how it works. I'll screen one, didn't I'll screen the other. Alright, wait, and go. Take a break right here, get the pound. Jump. Got that heart. The end. Not like I have power right now. Jump over here, wait for them cars to pass on. I love how they're not doing any damage. And also there's an extra life down here. I found that out recently too. And we're done with that stage. Now this boss is pretty much the easiest boss you're gonna be able to get. As long as you're standing in the right spot, you don't have to worry about that fire. Of course, I'm not standing in the right spot. Same thing goes right here. As long as you're in the right spot, that spark down there can't hit you or that fire. But now, this is where everything gets dicey. Because we have to jump and avoid getting hit by the spark, and not only that, we have to continuously attack this little dot. Jump. One jump, two jump, three jump, and we're done. And every time I win, I just keep walking to the right as if that's gonna change anything. Round 6. We're in Chinatown, basically. I love how they spell welcome with 2 L's. Most of these enemies you're going to be familiar with whenever you get to a stage later on. Right here I'm going to use a move that basically makes us lose a life, but it basically gets rid of everybody on this screen. Instead of me having to actually take the time to defeat them. Get this extra life that we literally just lost. Now this jump right here you have to make is actually possible, it's just hard to make. I mean, very hard to make. I don't know what they expected you to do if you didn't have that move, if you that makes you be able to jump further. But it's possible to make the jump without it, as you just saw. Hug the wall. If you hug the wall more, I could literally use that move. There's a heart right here. If you need it. I'm surprised I actually counted as a hit. Now, I was trying to not pick that hit, but I did anyway. I don't think there's anything else hidden. Now we can just end the level because we're done. We're now going back on the train. These things right here appear occasionally and we have to jump over them or duck under them. As you can see, they take a considerable amount of HP from us, but do not, I repeat, do not take any damage that you don't need to take. But after a certain point, they start spawning and then we can continue on and not have to dodge these at the same time as dodging all these, dodging all these platforms that we have to take. We're almost there. I think right after this one is the last one. I think it starts right here. Yep. And now all we have to worry about is these enemies that spawn on the right side. Flamethrower guy will pretty much never be able to hit you as long as you keep attacking. And the shuriken guys only thing they do is jump and throw shurikens. As long as you keep on the right side, they can't fire most of the time. That's why I'm attacking right before they spawn. We're not at the point where we're gonna see bombs, but before we get past this, not all of them are bombs. There's a part in the fourth box right here, and we can refill our health. After you refill your health, you can pretty much be done with the level. But there is one thing we have to get. There's the ninjutsu thing right there, and now we have two new ninjutsu uses that we can use. I love how we keep getting hit by this spider web. I don't know how they expected you to dodge 3 projectiles unless you're very far away. And even so, as you can see, that got rid of the bats, but didn't do any damage to him. But it doesn't matter, he doesn't really last long. And the first character boss, as you can see, was based off of Spider-Man. The second boss was based off of Batman, but they changed how the second boss looked for obvious reasons. We are now in round 7, which is the second to last level. I'm sorry, the second to last round. Once we get to round 8, we're at the final stretch. As you can see, right before I started actually doing the level, I actually switched to this ninjutsu that makes you be able to that makes us be able to jump a lot higher. The reason why is because there's a certain jump that I swear is impossible without it. It feels dang near impossible with it. Look how far they placed it. There's a power right there if you want to attempt to get that, but I don't think it's worth it. There's the jump I was talking about. It's right past this. Here's the fun jump that I don't like, and I made it. And then after that jump, you're pretty much done, but I die anyway, so now I have to do the jump again. I rarely ever die there. Let's just go ahead and activate this so I don't have to waste my time. I think we can get one more health upgrade as soon as we're done with this level. I like how I got basically 4,000 points in a matter of a few seconds. I don't have power, but that doesn't matter. I love how that little thing going up is what saved me. And now we have to actually jump, and as you can see, we got over 400,000 points, which means we're at max health that we can get, I think. We barely made that jump again. I hate this jump, I really do. But we're at the end now. And the only thing we have to worry about in this stage right here is literally making it to the end. There's a hidden power right here that I didn't know about till recently. I love how as soon as I go down, I have to literally attack as soon as I go down. I don't know what's the safer path, so I'll take the bottom path. Don't know how they expect you to dodge this guy while you're actually ducked. Now there's a guy down here that's gonna shoot us, which is basically a beginner's trap. If you didn't know about him being there. The reason why I hate that is the fact that you can't tell if that's the same guy that's attacking you or not because of the guy that's above him. At the end, you have to defeat 2 of these guys, so. Now what we're gonna do against him I'm gonna use this. Not this. Dang it. They switched it. I didn't want it switched. Well, I'm gonna have to face this boss again. 9 times out of 10. I was trying to jump over him, but they just automatically said, nah, you get hit by him. Seems legit. As you can see, he takes basically half our health. I don't know how I avoided him, but I did. Now if he's too far, he can't actually reach us, which is funny. Alright. That's, you would think that that would do enough damage to knock him out, but nope, he's still alive. But he's real close to being done. And I love how he was probably one hit away and then I die. Love it. I was about to use the... This is why I wish I had PAL. Somehow I didn't take a hit there. I'll take it. Weird how he takes that, he do less than he does less. Oh, the tail kills me this time. There was nothing I could have did that would have prevented that. It's a good thing he flips twice. As long as he stays right there, I'm good. He's gonna walk a few steps though. I think he's done that now. Thank you. Oh, dang, that sucked. That fight sucked. Now, the next 2 rounds are easy, as long as you take your time with this first one, because there's going to be some enemies that's going to make it so you can't really make it further. This PAL doesn't really matter, it just helps a lot more with the enemies that are in the stage. I wish he gave you a better bigger opening than what he gives you. Most of them guys with the nerf, really shot in midair. As I was saying, I wish the guys with the little bar things gave us a bigger opening, because most of the time in this level you're going to be just knocking them down into the ground, into the water. I'm not joking. And I get hit. Health doesn't matter as much in this level. Most of the time you're dying is from getting hit off. I don't know if he can reach us, and I know the guy below him can. Well, since I don't have power, I can't one-shot him, so... I'm dang sure I ain't gonna be able to fucking attack him fast enough. Oh, I actually beat him, wow. Alright, blast him with some help. Don't even have to worry about him. We're in the last stage before we get to the boss. All we have to do is take the right path. This level is a maze. As long as you know what way to go, you'll make it through relatively easily. I'm showing you the right way. Even though I haven't really played this game in years, you'll remember the same path. You want to jump over that door, because if you don't, you'll accidentally go through that door and then you have to restart everything you did up to this point. Alright, here are some hidden goodies. You want to grab this hidden goodies because there's an extra life down here. Not only is there an extra life down here, but there's an extra ninjutsu thing too. Now as you continue going, you're going to see enemies try to get rid of your power, but them getting rid of your power won't matter if you know about this one thing. You'll know in a second. Also, there's a heart up here, in case you lost too much health. The correct path to this level is going to the right side on this screen. Once you fall down, you'll be met with a door. Do not go through that door. The correct door is this door. After you get through this door, you have to duck down and go to the left side. Don't go to the right. The right will just backtrack you. And then, as soon as you get past these little army soldier guys, you go through this door right here. Then you're ambushed by a horde of enemies. Defeat them and it'll make it a lot easier on you. I love how most of these enemies need 2 hits. Now, I think there's a hidden heart somewhere up here. I know I hit one attempt. Don't know exactly where it's at, but I know there is a heart in this left part. It's up here. That's another reason why I use this move, so I can get anything hidden that I didn't know about. Whatever. The right door is the bottom one. And before you get to the boss, hit this for the power. Now, how you want to take care of this boss? First, you activate this. Now, before we actually face the boss, there's a few things you need to know. First thing you need to know is this boss has 2 different endings, a good ending and a bad ending. The bad ending is if you let her die, the good ending is letting her live. Obviously, we want the good ending. The right way to face this boss is literally doing what I'm doing right now. The reason why we want to use this ninjutsu is so we have extra hits that we can take. And it only takes like 5 or 6 hits if you have PAL. That's why I wanted PAL. And we save her. And the 2 lovers reconcile in a hug. love how there's only that little the end screen. Well, that's the end of this game. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Next time we redo Shinobi series will be the third game, which is the final game that was on the Genesis out of the trilogy. That being said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Goodbye, and most of all, take care and be safe.